And go.
Since my injury a month ago, I've just not been the same person. I have to rest all the time.
Film are we shooting here?
Oh, we're just making some films. He starts shouting. Go.
Wow! Woo! Kiss him!
What can I say about Bobo 5? Filming that movie was so many things. It was crazy, it was insane, chaotic, it was great, a lot of good times, a lot of weird times, a lot of in-between times. It was like, it was like sailing down the Nung River with Captain Willard in Apocalypse Now. You're sailing down the river, everything's fine, you're making Bobo movies, all of a sudden you reach Do Long Bridge. In other words, Bobo 5. And it was at that point we got off the fucking boat.
Bobo 5 probably shouldn't have happened in the first place. It's Bobo 4, we tied everything up very nicely. Like it says at the beginning of the movie, Satan loses, Osiris wins, but you know, it's just so much fun making these movies that you just can't stop.
Okay, ready? Oh, go.
Really? How do you think we're supposed to do that?
That was a bit too strong. No. Okay, once more.
That was a bit too small.
There's this scene in the movie where Bobo's chasing Rolf Thompson, and at the end of the chase, he jumps on my car, and there's like, he's hanging on my car, and there's like this big, supposed to be a big car chase down the street and shit. Anyway, we're filming it. Wayne's playing Bobo, and at the end of it, when he jumps on my car, Wayne actually put his leg, his knee, right through the rear window of my car, and it just smashed like in pieces. Oh, it was just insane. And I'll never forget it because I'm standing there, and Blaise is there, and Wayne's there. It's getting dark, it's getting cold. I've got this huge hole in the back of my window. Blaise is jumping up and down. He's in his own world. He's just happy we got the shot. I'm standing there all upset because my window is now smashed. And then I look over, and there's Wayne in the garbage can, digging through the garbage, picking out fresh roses that have just been thrown out that he's collecting to give to his girlfriend for Valentine's Day. I mean, it was just insane, man.
Right, so we had to come up with a way to bring Rolf and Bobo back for another battle. So it was pretty simple. We just decided that, you know, Satan is a bad guy, so he played a trick, right? And he was actually the voice of Osiris in Rolf's head, telling him to kill himself at the end of part 4, just to get Rolf out of the way. And then he brought Bobo back to hell and sent him back to Earth to destroy everything, giving him even more crazy powers.
You know we've been having dreams about Bobo.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah?
Do that again. The one thing I'll never forget about Bobo 5 was that it marked the last time I had ever seen my old silver tripod. And I loved that thing. Let me tell you, that thing was so cool. I don't know what it was. I loved it so much. It was my baby. And I never saw it after Bobo 5. There are people who are going to tell you that I lost that thing a long time ago, way before Bobo 5. But I had it then, and it's true. It's in the movie. It was right there. It was in the scene. It was at Scott's house. We were filming the scene with Chinka. It's there. It's in the movie. If you watch it, you'll see it. I know it's out there somewhere. Somebody has it. It's somewhere. If you've seen it, if you know where it is, send me an email. I want that thing back.
The reason we had the Spider-Man stuff in the movie at the beginning was we were attempting, this is long before Sam Raimi got his groove on and all that, but we were, me and Paul were attempting to make our own Spider-Man movie. So Paul, he sewed the suit together, made all that stuff, and we were gonna go out there and shoot our own Spider-Man movie because we are just obsessed with the 1960s cartoon series. It changed our life in ways that you would never possibly be able to understand in a million years.
Okay, so walk in, follow him like you're like,
yeah.
This is not familiar surroundings.
But I've come here for something, no? How
You came here to talk to him about something.
About the murders.
It's your first time being here, so don't act like you know the place. Just walk in.
The original script for the movie was quite vastly different than what we got in the end. Like anybody knows anything about making movies, it's not easy, especially when you're on such limited budget and time restraints as we are, having absolutely no money, no funding, no nothing, just going out there and trying to get it done. Chinka was supposed to be dead. Chinka was supposed to be killed by Bobo in part 4, like it said. He was killed by Bobo, and Beefheart was chased away from the van, and we were gonna just leave it like that, and that's how we wrote the script. Originally, the Chinka role with the hypnotic sessions and all that stuff that ended up in the movie with Chinka, it was supposed to be Dr. Michigan, Rolf's psychiatrist, who was actually a major player in the film. He didn't actually even make it into the film, I don't think. And but we did shoot several scenes with him. The beginning scene of the movie of Beefheart having the dream about Spider-Man and all that. Originally, it was supposed to be Dr. Michigan having the dream.
It's time to pay a visit to the only one who can put an end to this mayhem if anything else serious happens.
It is a little upsetting that Terry never got to play the role of Bobo in the film, because, you know, there's only one Bobo, and that's Terry. He has always been Bobo, and he'll always be Bobo. But he wasn't around the film for whatever reasons. I don't know. I think there was rumors going around that somebody said they found a stack of Colin James videos hidden underneath his mattress, and he got all ticked off. I don't know what the reason was. Anyway, we ended up getting Wayne to play the role, and, you know, like, he did a good job. He did the best he could. He was enthusiastic about it, and he was always there. He was committed, and, you know, we're grateful for that. But at the same time, watching the movie, one can't really help but wonder what weight loss program Bobo had undergone between parts 4 and 5. That was pretty miraculous. I mean, I myself could stand to lose a few pounds, you know. Let me know what it was and sign me up. I'm in. Also,
what happened was we started shooting the movie without Wayne playing the role of Bob. Originally, we had Keith Prill playing the role of Bob. Keith was, he played Bobo in part 4, and he was also Bobo in the abandoned house scene of Bobo 5.
Are you Detective Beefheart?
Wait a minute, do I know you? You look familiar.
My name is Bob Backlund. Yes, you and your partner. About 5 years ago. It was about a disturbance. With that clown guy.
I remember. Bobo chased Rolf Thompson to your place, just before we caught up to him.
I guess so. But I can't remember. It's been quite a while ago.
The whole Bob Backlund character was supposed to be quite different. He was just supposed to be like a total, absolute nerd. And, like, there was a character arc where he did become more heroic, and he did more heroic things, but he was pretty much nerdy to the end. And, he was supposed to die on the mountain when they were finding the Scepter of Osiris. He wasn't supposed to be in the final scene, I don't believe. And we did shoot that. We shot some stuff with Keith as Bob Backlund. We shot an intro scene with him. Like, another scene that was taken out of the movie was there was an introduction to Bob Backlund. He was supposed to be walking down the street eating a candy bar looking like a slob, or like a nerdy slob type. And so we shot that with Keith. We actually shot that as well with Wayne.
Actually, I am sort of glad that Blaise decided to re-edit the film, because not only does it save me the painful task of having to redo it myself, but it also enables us to be able to post-produce the film the way it should have been post-produced in the first place. You know, now that we have all this computer technology, and we're able to do it the way it should have been done right away. You know, back when I was editing the film, I mean, it was hell. I mean, all I had was like some VCR and a $30 audio mixer, 2-input audio mixer from I bought at London Drugs. That was it. The result, really bad sound. Sound that was not smooth. It was really choppy in between cuts. The editing was very rough in certain areas. It really needed a lot of smoothing out.
Geez, what about Bob Blackland? Do you think we should invite him?
Look, Zippy, I'm sick and tired of your harebrained questions. And you know that freak Bob Blackland would come and he'd eat all our munchies. So don't you even get on my bad side by mentioning that twisted bastard Bob Blackland.
Oh, sure, Leon. What about Greg?
Okay, sounds fine to me.
Several people played Bobo in Bobo 5. There's Keith in the abandoned house, Wayne at various points in the movie, and Terry actually came back to play Bobo. He killed everybody in the party, and he did a few other things as well. The party scene was pretty spectacular. That makes you smile every time you see it. That was like the one thing I'd always wanted to do, was have Bobo go into a house full of people and just kill everybody. And I think it worked out pretty well.
Okay. Just rip it off. Okay, well, okay. Oh, comes my nipple. Ah!
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Oh, God. Look at your
scream for the camera.
Wicked. Hi, Mom.
I had no way to do any effects, and there are a lot of effects that need to be done in this film. Especially at the end with the Scepter of Osiris. I mean, where it gets its power of electricity. When I did it, I had no way to do it. All I had was that cheap impose that the cameras used to have what they came with, and I'm sitting there, like I had to get a little notepad and basically like draw in with a pen on a notepad for every single line of electricity that you're supposed to be seeing for each frame, and then I had to project it, frame by frame onto a TV monitor and film the monitor for each individual frame. Then I had to take all those frames and animate them together, and it took me like days just to do this like 3 or 4 second shot that ended up looking like garbage, So, oh my goodness,
Bobo 5 is my absolute favorite Bobo movie out of them all. It's the longest one, first off, but you don't get bored with it. It's very exciting. There's adventure, there's suspense, there's horror.
It's been waiting for a long time, but finally the movie's going to get done the way it should have been done. Thank you, Blaise, for coming to the rescue of Bobo 5.